Hello and welcome to my next video in the series where I'm talking about attachment play. I finally got around to making some more. My name is Joss Golden. I'm an aware parenting instructor and I really love everything about aware parenting, and I particularly love attachment play. So if you're not familiar with attachment play, I'll just quickly let you know that it was a form of connection and play and therapy that was devised by Aletha Solter Ph.D, who is the founder of the Aware Parenting Institute. And there are 9 forms of play that we can use with our children to build strong attachment with them, to deepen our connection and our relationships, to elicit cooperation, and to support healing from stress and trauma. As we know as well that often these games create this sense of emotional safety with our children, and when there's laughter involved too, of course, it can be very healing to reduce tension, to reduce anger, to reduce anxiety. And all of these different forms of play are immensely healing and therapeutic for our children. Today I'm going to talk about regression play, which is one of these 9 types of attachment play. And regression play is where we play with our children in a way that we would normally be playing with a much younger child. And the purpose is to build connection and healing, as I've said already. Sometimes there will be laughter and sometimes there won't be laughter when we play these games with our children. And often our children spontaneously elicit this type of play as an invitation to us to join them in this healing and connecting way, by approaching us and talking in baby talk, or speaking in the way that a much younger child would, or perhaps they start crawling spontaneously across the floor. And often our children use this spontaneously as well as a part of healing from birth trauma. So they might spontaneously start going into this newborn type behavior, or rebirthing themselves in some way. So it's really therapeutic for them. And our children are using it to revisit trauma from their younger years in order to be able to release and heal and reprogram and finish that experience that they had when they were younger, or to visit some things that they're finding particularly stressful at present in their life. So anytime we can join them in this type of play and we will facilitate their healing. Regression play is especially useful when there's a new sibling just arrived on the scene. Often our children have a big period of adjustment when they go from being the center of our universe and being the only one to suddenly having to share us with a younger sibling, particularly when the mother is often so preoccupied and focused on the newborn baby. And I remember Aletha talking about this, that often it is almost the equivalent of your partner coming home and saying, here is a new wife or here is a new husband for you, and you're going to get on so well and you're going to love each other and it's going to be wonderful. And perhaps there might be moments where it is wonderful and where you do love each other, but there will also be lots of moments where there's some feelings of jealousy and missing having that person to yourself. So it is often a difficult time for our children. Regression games are also really helpful when there's been periods of disconnection, possibly due to illness or some other factor outside of your control. But these times when we are preoccupied by things, where we're focusing on our health, for example, we're undergoing some medical treatment, can feel to our child like a separation and a disconnection. And so these games can be really helpful to support the healing and the expression of those feelings, and to build this really strong and lovely relationship again. It can be really helpful at times of stress that are unrelated to illness, but perhaps the family's going through something significant that feels to the child like a separation, like a period of disconnection. And that can be another great time to bring this play in. And lastly, this play is really useful when children have been adopted into families. Often the younger children may not have experienced these feelings of being nurtured and loved and tenderly cared for. So offering them this type of play is really therapeutic. So sometimes parents are a little bit worried that if we treat our child in a babyish kind of way, it's going to encourage them to be babyish and needy. And I just want to reassure you that the exact opposite is true. So when we respond to our children in these ways, their needs for connection, for love, for nurturing, for closeness, and for care really are so powerfully met. And as a result of that, and the opportunity to release and heal from stress and trauma, supports our children to be more independent, more confident, and to feel more secure. So yes, it's very, very therapeutic. And as I said, sometimes there is laughter as an element of this type of play. And if our children are laughing, then of course we know that that is a really powerful therapeutic experience, healing experience for them too. Sometimes this will be used to release accumulated mini traumas, and sometimes it can be really helpful to release and heal from bigger traumas that our children have experienced. So either way, that's really helpful. So what kind of games can we play to be doing this regression play? Perhaps we might be treating them like a baby. So we might wrap them up, we might hold them in our arms, we might cuddle them, we might be rocking them. We might talk about giving them a nappy. Oh, sweetheart, you need a new nappy now. Mommy, give you a nappy because you're my baby. We might be bouncing them on our lap and singing songs and rhymes that we used to sing to them when they were really little. Or again, if you've got a new sibling, and you might be doing some of the things and singing some of the songs that you're singing to the baby now and singing them to the older child. You can play a really beautiful game called She's Mine, She's Mine. That is a game where two parents kind of pretend to fight over the child, or it might be a parent and another trusted adult, and one parent would take their arm and say, but she's mine, I want to cuddle her and give her 1,000 kisses. And then the other parent would grab the other side, gently of course, and say, no, she's mine, I want to give her 1,000 kisses. And there's this sort of backwards and forwards with it that feels really nice, and often that elicits lots of laughter. And my husband and I played that with our 16-year-old the other day, and she saw straight through it and knew exactly what we were doing, but she still kind of enjoyed it. And yeah, who could fail to be not feel delighted to be so loved and adored by both the parents. And yeah, sometimes, as I said, that they might elicit this type of play and bring it to us. So they might come and start talking in baby language, or they might be crawling along the floor. And so there we just jump in and join them in the pretense and follow their lead with it. And they are absolute geniuses at play. They know exactly what they need to do, and so we just jump on board and join them. As I said, yes, sometimes we initiate this, so it could be something that we suddenly start doing. We might just go and pick them up and play this kind of game with them, or we might wait for them to bring it to us, or both. And either way, it's really effective and lovely. And it's just helpful to remember as well that in these times, it's not that they're being deliberately annoying. Sometimes it feels like it's deliberately annoying when our children are particularly childish and going back to being more needy and younger versions of themselves. So it's really helpful to remember that what they are doing here is this incredibly wise way to heal, to nourish that connection, to release and heal from stress and trauma. And we can really see it as an invitation to facilitate that process. And that really helps us to stay connected and to stay loving and to want to play and be lighthearted and have fun with them. And of course, there are times when we're not up to it, where we just can't respond in this way. We have no capacity, we're exhausted, we're wiped out, we just can't find our funny side. We have nothing left to give. And in those times, I just remind you that that's totally okay. Our children will bring it up another time. Whenever we are ready, we can support them in these ways. And that really these are really powerful flags for us, that we need more support, that we need more help, that we need more care. Perhaps we need to arrange a massage. Maybe we need to have a nice Epsom salts bath. Maybe we need to go to the beach and have a walk. Whatever we need to do to support ourselves. Maybe we need to ask for somebody we know to come and help look after the kids for a few hours so we can have some time on our own. Maybe we need to reach out to our listening partner and to get some listening and support ourselves, to be able to share everything that we're finding hard, to have a good cry, to offload all the stress that we've been feeling. So really, yes, it's a beautiful sign when we have these feelings of not having any capacity left, that we need to tend to ourselves and to take care of ourselves. And then after doing that, of course, we're back in balance, we're back feeling loving, we're back feeling connected, and we're wanting to play again. So I am wishing you lots of love and fun and connection with your beautiful children. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I am Aware Parenting with Joss on social media, and my website is awareparenting.com.au. Lots of happy, beautiful playtime. Thank you. I look forward to speaking to you again in the next video.